October, June the 9th. It is Saturday finally. And after a long weekend last weekend, we didn't get out in the garage and do anything, and we really didn't feel like doing much during the week. So we finally made it out today to get started. There's several things I would like to do this weekend, even though I'm getting a late start. I've got my piece made to fix this. I think I'm going to do that first. I started stripping the Raptor liner off the firewall, and it's going to be a task, but we're going to get it off, and we'll fix it up once we get it off the rotisserie and get it out of the way, because it's kind of in the way of getting up in there like I need to. But we're going to get it stripped off, and we're going to fill it, smooth it out, block it down good, make it as nice as we can, and get that done. And like I say, we're going to probably do this piece first and cover up all that old bad stuff there. And I think then the next step will be to flip it over, put the brake lines back on it, and get it off the rotisserie. So as we have some progress during the day, we'll turn it back on. October, for the last hour and a half or so, we built our panel to cover up all that old bad stuff on the firewall, got it welded in, went ahead and seam sealed. We'll come back, scratch that, and sand it down a little bit when we get good and dry. And we're going to put a little bit of short strand right here where this seam is and where our welds are. We're going to put a little short strand, kind of smooth that out a little bit. That'll make a good side, a good looking side there. Turned out good. We went ahead and scratched it up with 80 grit, and we'll work on that some more as we go. We still got a good bit of the rubber liner stuff to take off, and I think I mentioned we're going to probably stop it off about where this line is, right in here, all the way across and up. We're going to clean it off and make it look right. So that's just all we've been working on so far. We got our piece in to make that side look a lot better, that outer cowl panel. So that's what's up. We'll bring you back. All right, tubers, while we at it, we'll show you just a few little things we ordered and got in last week. The hood catch or latch assembly mounts under the hood, and a set of Monroe shocks. We've been needing new shocks. Nothing special, standard stuff that fits the 72 Camaro. Obviously 2 front and 2 rear shocks. So just a couple things we did order and get in. And one other thing that we've been working on is a few of the interior parts. We've where they were kind of messed up in the back end. John Wright sent me those sail panels, and Faster Cat Mark sent me those toe kick panels. I went ahead and sandblasted. These had been painted a couple of times, looked like. I went ahead and blasted them, and I fixed the areas that needed to be fixed, just a rough repair. And we'll go back over those and refine them later. I don't know why I started on the interior stuff. That's way, way down the road, but it just to change up, just to do something a little different. You know, I've been doing bodywork sheet metal for a dang year, and I mean, it just gets old. And that's one of the reasons why we wanted to go to the motor and start on it, was just to break up the monotony a little bit. So jumping back into, I guess, is okay. It's all got to be done at some point. So, but just to show you a little bit of the stuff we got in there, just some shocks and a hood catch assembly. And we are in pretty good shape with this panel. Again, like we said, I don't think I'm going to do any short strand fiberglass or anything until we get the firewall like we want it and ready to finish that part of it. So we'll leave it just like it is for now. It's in good shape. So The next thing I think we're gonna do is right before we take it off the rotisserie, we've got our base bodywork done on this patch panel and on this part of the roof panel where it meets the quarter. We have not done the other side, so we're going to take a few minutes to put that first layer of filler in over our short strand fiberglass on this side and this patch panel. That shouldn't take just a few minutes. We'll get that and just do the initial knockdown or block down, whatever you want to call it, of that. And then there's just a ton of things to do. The new trunk lid has not been put on. It has not been drilled for the new spoiler. That's something we can work on. Like I said, the filler stuff. And we need to work on this A-pillar on this side a little bit. It's not in the greatest of shape. I'm hoping just a little skim coat of filler and then block it down and we'll be good there. But that's not too bad, but we hadn't done anything on this side. Door jambs are in pretty good shape. We worked on them a couple of videos back for the second time. They're in fair shape, and that's all stuff we can do when the car's on the ground as well. It won't be too bad if we have to go back in there. Passenger side is in real good shape. We're not going to have to do anything other than sand it down and the primer and paint and all that good stuff. So, all right, YouTube, Jeff Lynn's in the garage with you Sunday, June the 10th. And we have not done very much to the car. We had to go get a new air conditioner for the window back there. That's a 12,000 BTU. And we took out the little 6 over there. It's just too hot. It's hot down here and you can't cool this thing off. It's just an old shop. Even though it's insulated a little bit, there's a lot of cracks, a lot of places for air, cool air to get out. And that thing was not doing the job. I mean, it was doing all it could do. But it wouldn't cool this area off to the point where I could stand to get out here and work. It was 90 degrees in here yesterday trying to work, and I'm too old for that. All right, YouTube, it is still Sunday, the 10th of June. We've been working on the park brake cables and assembly stuff, and we've got more questions than results. Even referring to the manual, it's a little bit confusing. These cables are the aftermarket stuff that came with the disc brake conversion kit from the Right Stuff or whatever the name of that company was. But anyway, I think I've got them fit in there correctly, and I think I have figured out where some of the stuff goes. But I've actually got a few questions for the second gen guys, if you don't mind. These brackets that I dug out, I'm pretty sure I know that they're going to go on the outside of the frame rail on each side, and they're going to kind of guide that housing back to where it needs to go toward the rear end. As the cables come out, according to the book, we have a cable connector which ties the passenger side and the driver's side in, and we've got that. And also, according to the book, there's something called a guide. And what I found in my box of parts is this piece. And looking at the inside of this, you could tell that that cable had run on that in the past over the years. So I feel confident that I've got the right piece. What I don't know is it in the right location? According to the book, it's a little vague in that the way it looks like that piece is this piece, but it looks like the guide is actually in this area somewhere. There's nothing in this area. So the only place the guide would go is there. That's the only place I could figure out it might go. The cables connect, and then from this point on the cable to the hole that goes into the driver's side where the actual park brake pedal assembly and all is, there is something called, let's see, number 7, an equalizer, which appears just to be a slotted piece the cable will run through, and then a couple of jam nuts there, along with a spring. And I'm assuming that that's all for adjustment purposes. So the cable that runs inside the car, the spring and the equalizer, I do not have, and I will look those up online and see if I can get a hold of those pieces. My main concern is that I have got this set up right. If that looks right, give me a thumbs up or a heads up. If that does not look right to you guys, let me know. That's the only way that I could come up with that it looked and kind of went through. They've got little pocketed areas, looks like where the cable would guide through there and there. So that's kind of where we're at. That's kind of what we've been up to, working on this. Hopefully we'll get these blasted. We'll get this blasted, get it all put in the right locations, and then maybe we can get the car off the rotisserie and go with it. So that's the plan. That is the plan. We got a regular weekend coming up. We got a long weekend after that, about 5 days. So we'll be in good shape. We should make a lot of progress, hopefully. Hopefully, that's the plan. So backing off and looking, connector, the guide rod, and then of course the cable housings are in the brackets, run through the frame rails. Tie into the bracket, runs through the frame rails, and then these pieces will mount over the cable housing like that. So anybody got any info on that? Am I on the right track or am I way off base? Let me know. Idaho, Mark, Russ, I know all you guys, y'all been down this road or going down this road and you got the info, let me know. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching the videos. I think we got a couple today. We at 450. So we're going to kind of leave things at that. Basically just need some info. Again, am I on the right track? I think I am. But again, the book's a little vague, or either my print reading skills are bad. And that's probably some of both. All right, YouTube, have a good work week. We're going to do it again.